and I am a proper Victorian lady, and I'm here today to talk to you about a very fundamental part of human existence: love. Well, Valentine's Day is almost upon us. The cherubs are out and romance is in the air. Now, over the centuries, love has been expressed in many different ways: poems, sonnets, songs, but sometimes one may not be able to verbally express one's love for another for whatever reason. And it is then that rather clandestine methods of communication have been used, from flowers to fans. Speaking of fans,
the 16th century English writer Joseph Addison stated that men have the sword, women have the fan, and the fan is probably as effective a weapon. Although I wouldn't call it a weapon myself, no, I'm far too proper for all that. But I would most likely say that it is a useful tool. Though no, again, because a tool is something a commoner would use, and, oh my, a commoner was something useful, like a tool. My goodness, just the very thought of it is enough to make me... Oh no, I've given it away. He's going to be so angry with me. Oh my goodness, please tell me that you don't understand what I've just said. I mean, I really, truly hope that you don't understand what this means. I'm going to have to guess that none of you understand what I accidentally said just then. None of you? When I did this? Really? Is there not a lady out there who understands the language of the fan? Ladies, I'm shocked. Where have you been? Do you really live in such a barbaric age? I mean, what do you do when you're courting a man in public? Oh, God, do tell me you don't talk to him. This is what the fan is for. One should never leave one's estate without it. Clearly, I have some explaining to do here before all you ladies go out and cause a stir and shame yourselves by being seen talking to a man without a nearby chaperone. Oh, my dears, the language of the fan dates as far back as the reign of the Tudors, and in this, the Regency period, having a fan has become a permanent part of a lady's dress. You see, ladies like me in the Regency period are supposed to be chaste and quiet and excellent at listening to others. A lady does not need to bring attention to herself or promote the use of what is termed as the wrong kind of behaviour in front of men or other ladies in her social circle. For a lady to flirt openly is considered improper, and her lady friends may judge her and even shun her. Regency ladies are instructed at length to learn how to use the silent language of the fan. Using the fan is a way of showing how graceful I am, how impeccably manicured my nails are, if you could of course see them. And if I found a man I was attracted to, it's a way to send him signals to let him know of my interest. For example, if I do this, it means I love you. Or if I do this, extremely slowly, I promise to marry you. Though, of course, after a little too much wine, I might do this. This means kiss me. It can work the other way as well. Say I'm at some lovely social gathering of extremely wealthy people, and a man is being too forwards with me. I can say, I wish to get rid of you. Or, from what I've heard in your modern vernacular, get lost, loser. Anyway, those who wish to flirt indirectly have to have a fan that will stand out from all of the others with whom she is competing in the room. The look of the fan is of the utmost importance, as it has to be beautiful and effective, just like me. Starting from the very bottom, the fan is constructed to be handheld from a head which holds a pivot and a rivet together. Above that are the sticks, by which I can tell you what time our secret meeting will be. For example, if I do this, 1, 2, 3, I mean, let's meet at 3 o'clock. And then we have the guard, the ribs, and the leaf. The part from the head to the leaf is known as the monture, and from the middle of the fan to above, I can tantalise the object of my affections with some of the most attractive and delicate art imaginable. I could have depictions of dancing ladies in ancient Greece with lace around the leaf and guard, or maybe black embroidery to give me a braver look. Of course, not too brave. Don't want people to talk now, do I? However, my fan is not only for flirting. Fans can be used to convey other messages to men. For example, this one means, "You misunderstand me." And this one means, "Oh, sir, you have changed." Perhaps I want a friend of mine to come across the room to talk to me, and I will do this. Of course, flirting is its primary use, and flirting can often lead to blushing, so you can hide those naughty blushes with it too. I have occasionally also used it to hide my tears when some devil or another has broken my heart. But here I am, wittering on in a most unladylike fashion, and I do apologise. I was just so flustered earlier when I thought I'd given the game right away. You know, back when we started. Do you remember when I was doing this? I mean, obviously, I had no idea whatsoever that none of you at all would realise that it means that I am to be engaged. That's it, I panicked. It's all perfectly fine now, though, because none of you know that this means I'm engaged, so none of you could possibly go and tell the gossip columnists all about my engagement until the formal announcement. Oh, bother. Oh, please, all of you, you will do, yes, we will. Oh, please say you will not betray our little secret. You won't, will you? Thank heavens. See, the fun has solved that little problem too. It is not a weapon, lady, or a tool, it's a... Why? It is a necessity.
Now, let us talk about flowers. Flowers have been seen as symbolic for thousands of years and have often been used in art and literature to signify a deeper meaning. Shakespeare, in fact, used the word flower over 100 times in his plays and sonnets. It seems that these beautiful blossoms really do speak the language of love. In fact, the secret language of flowers is called floriology, and it dates back literally hundreds of years. Oh, morning, Ted. How are you?
Morning, Mum. How are you?
I'm just doing a bit about the secret language of flowers.
All right. I wouldn't know too much about that, miss. I just plant and such.
Well, Ted, one can use the giving of certain flowers to tell someone how they feel about them without saying a word.
Right. That's very interesting.
Isn't that fascinating? It is believed that the floriology that became popular between 1837 and 1901 was first began at the court of Constantinople in the Ottoman Empire around the 1600s, and it was brought over to England by Mary Whately Montagu. Now, the Victorians are rather well known for being somewhat prudish and repressed. You see, morality became very popular in the mid-1800s. But from what we now know of their appetites, it seems that may not be altogether true. Queen Victoria herself and Prince Albert had a rather saucy collection of artwork, and, famously, a bedside contraption which could be used to close the door at a moment's notice. Although behind closed doors, passions may have been ignited, it was certain that for us Victorians, the outward appearance of dignity and restraint was very important indeed. Romantic feelings were not to be spoken of, nor written down, and it was then that the language of flowers could be used to secretly express one's true emotions. This cryptological communication was the perfect way to subtly tell a suitor exactly how you felt, and it became very popular indeed. There were even flower dictionaries printed, so you could figure out just what your potential suitor was trying to tell you. He loves me. He loves me not. Bouquets, known as nosegays or tussy-mussies, were often given. That way, one could communicate a number of messages within one floral gift. Now, the response of the recipient was marked by where they chose to wear their tussy-mussy. For example, if one were to place it within the cleavage of one's bosom, that was actually rather bad news for the giver, for it signified that they just wanted to be friends. Now, there are far more meanings in flowers than we have time to go into, but let us delve into some of the more popular ones. Oh, my dearest Winifred, how you vex me. Won't you let me tame your wildness? Be mine forever and birth me some strong boys. Oh, no. Of course, not all messages were romantic. Gooseberry. Patient. Cactus. Endurance. Mimosa. Chastity. A sensitive plant that closes up when touched at night. Hellebore. Scandal. Geranium. Stupidity. Folly. What's this all about again? Grass. Submission. Oh, all right then. An arrangement of basil. Hatred. Martha, would you please have this arrangement of basil sent to Lord Snibblesworth with my regards? Basil? What is the meaning of this? No! Winifred! The dandelion, an oracle of time and love, faithfulness, coquetry, the forget-me-not. Faithful love, undying hope, memories. Do not forget true love, and legend has it the flower is named after the tragic tale of a knight who was picking blue flowers by the riverside for his love, only to fall in and be dragged to his death by the weight of his armour. Just before he sank beneath the icy waters, he was able to shout, "Forget me not!" Honeysuckle. Now, this plant needs particular attention when giving, because the cultivated variety has a different meaning to that of the wild one. The former being generous, sweetness of disposition, devoted attention, whereas the latter means inconstant love. Now, the rose is a perfect example of how colour can also change the meaning. Whereas pink is grace, gratitude and gentleness, white is innocence and purity, whereas red is passion. And the red rose was also believed to be the favourite flower of Venus, the Roman goddess of love. And the black rose, which is actually a very, 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 very dark red in colour, has connotations of death and dark magic. Toothwort. Secret love. The secretive nature of this plant is what gives it its meaning. It has no green leaves, and the flower stems seem to spring up out of the ground mysteriously. Yellow pansy. I'm thinking of you. Red tulip. I declare my love. I love you. Violet. Modesty. So, this Valentine's Day, be sure to do your research before giving your loved one a posy. Oh, hello there, Ted.
Hello, miss.
What's that you've got there?
Tooth ward, miss.
Tooth ward. Oh, how lovely.
Yes, I thought you might like it, miss.
Oh, Ted. Oh, I do like it. In fact, I love it.